I'm not going to lie. When the preseason started to roll around, I was really ready for basketball to be back. And I was trying to temper my expectations because even though preseason basketball isn't the same as regular season basketball, as playoff basketball, you're not going to see your stars play as much. I knew I could still have a good time, but I also had to know that one of my guys, Cade Cunningham, wasn't going to play in the preseason. So I thought, okay, well, there goes everything I care about this preseason. I'm really not going to have any fun watching this, right? Well, wrong. It turns out this has been the best preseason that I can remember in a long time because there's guys that are showing things in their tools and their bags that they've been working on over the summer, showing that they can become different players, and that we're going to have a lot of candidates for MIP, new potential all-stars. A lot is being shown during this preseason that we can both speculate on, that we can overreact about, but also things that we can look forward to this upcoming season. And that is exactly what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the good, I want to talk about the bad, and I want to talk about the ugly. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. If you like the idea of that, please be sure to leave a like and comment in the comment section down below. What have you thought of this preseason so far? Are you gripping to League Pass like I am? And with that, let's get right into it. One of the players that had a lot of proof going into this season was Tyler Herro of the Miami Heat, and he has been absolutely balling out this preseason, averaging over 25 points a game, leading the preseason in scoring. Him and Jordan Poole right up there as the two guards dueling it out. Tyler Herro had a really disappointing season last year. I mean, especially a guy that came out of the bubble red hot, was a guy that was seen with a lot of swagger, was becoming one of the most popular young players in the league. To come out and play the way that he did last year was simply just disappointing. But now he looks like he has a chip on his shoulder. He has a lot to prove, and he really wants to take his game to the next level. It's clear that Tyler Herro is aiming to be an all-star and is someone that we could be looking at in the most improved player position, especially being in a situation where he gets to play with Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and PJ Tucker. That team has been looking absolutely outstanding during this preseason, and I'm excited to see what they are brewing down in South Beach, because this is definitely going to be a team that could be a sleeper pick for the Eastern Conference Finals. The second thing that I've been loving this preseason is everything I've been seeing from Jordan Poole and the Golden State Warriors. Jordan Poole has been averaging over 25 points a game, has been showing his ability to create off the dribble and to shoot from the catch and shoot. His dynamic scoring from all three areas of the court, his driving ability, his step back. Jordan Poole is showing that he is having the tools to become a potential all-star scorer in this league. I think for now, if he can shoot to be the sixth man of the Golden State Warriors and to make appearances in games and to be the key guy off the bench when Klay Thompson does come back, I think that is going to be a great role for Jordan Poole. I'm really excited to see how Golden State utilizes him. I also think he has a great opportunity with Klay Thompson still having a couple more months until he's going to be back on the court to come out and ultimately prove why he is a guy that can be an all-star in this league. I mean, he's really just been showing out and is having an amazing preseason. Another player I want to shout out in this segment also is OG Anunobe, who is showing that he can put the ball on the court as well. He's hit some incredible step backs this preseason, and he's still showing that he's an amazing defensive player. Toronto might have a guy right there that is more valuable than Pascal Siakam right now, and that is a hot take, I realize it. However, that is just how good OG Anunobe is playing, and that is just how much Pascal Siakam has to prove in Toronto at this present time. So those two players in particular have really impressed me, but I've loved what I've seen from the Warriors as well in particular. The third and final thing that I've absolutely loved during this preseason is everything that I've seen from the Chicago Bulls. Now, the other day, I actually made a video talking about the Chicago Bulls, so if you haven't seen that yet, check it out right up here. I feel like that's one of the best videos I've made on this channel to this date. And everything that I've seen from not only Zach LaVine, from Nikola Vucevic, from DeMar DeRozan, but also from Lonzo Ball. Man, oh man, I think Lonzo Ball is ready to have a breakout season. In my opinion, he is becoming one of my favorites to become the most improved player. I immediately have moved off my terrible prediction that I thought it was going to be Kyle Kuzma, and I am now overreacting from the preseason. And right now, one of the guys I really want to give the nod to is Lonzo. His ability to create in Chicago in particular, it really feels like he has the keys to the car finally. He is the starting point guard. He is the primary ball handler. He is the one that is creating a lot of the offense for other guys on the team, and he doesn't really have the pressure to be the primary scoring option or to have to be a primary scoring option because of the presence of a Zach LaVine, because of a presence of a Nikola Vucevic, because of a presence of DeMar DeRozan. There is enough guys who can score the basketball to go around. And then you pair it with a guy like Alex Caruso coming off the bench. You pair that with Patrick Williams, who they drafted last year, 4th overall. He's coming back from shoulder surgery and should hopefully prove why he was one of the best players drafted last year. And you have a really exciting team in Chicago. They have been one of the must-watch teams on League Pass, and they are the only team that I've seen every single game of the preseason of, because they are just a priority of mine right now to watch. They are that fun. All right, and now to talk about the ugly of the preseason. Let's start with the 40-point loss that the Cleveland Cavaliers witnessed and had to live through against the Chicago Bulls in their very first preseason game. Evan Mobley has been playing really well for Cleveland so far. However, it has not come with great results just yet. That game against Chicago, where they lost by over 40 points, was not exactly an inspiring way to start your preseason, especially when you have a lot of young prospects on that team that have a lot to prove. That kind of effort is simply not something you want to see, especially when you're starting the season. Granted, it's preseason. If you're going to lose like that, do so now. However, not exactly something you want to be doing going into a pivotal season for all of your players. The second really bad thing that's been happening this preseason so far is Russell Westbrook. This is just something that happens with Russ, where whenever he premieres or debuts with a new team, he always comes out and struggles right off the bat because he has to learn how to coexist around his new stars. He has to learn how his game can complement the guys around him. And the thing about Russ is that he is either on or he is off, and there is no in between. I think he's going to turn it around to be just fine. And you know what? I'm going to let Russell Westbrook speak for himself on what he thinks about some of these turnovers.
The turnover stuff is on me, but good thing they don't count. So I'll turn that bitch over 15 times. Somebody can do nothing about it.
The third and final bummer of the preseason so far has been the lack of Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham, unfortunately, is currently dealing with a minor ankle injury that the Detroit Pistons are deciding to play safe and making sure that Cade Cunningham can come out and debut on opening night against the Chicago Bulls. Apparently, at one point, he had some fluid in his ankle through his sprain, and the Pistons are just doing everything they can just to make sure that he is good to go for opening night. It sounds like it's nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be fearful of. It's just a minor ankle injury. However, to not be able to see Cade Cunningham in this preseason was a massive bummer because this team has not been nearly as fun to watch. We just saw Memphis absolutely break the balls off of us for 2.5 hours, with Killian Hayes having not a great debut in this preseason. We're seeing not an extremely inspiring play from the rest of the team. We had Sadiq Bey unfortunately go out with an ankle injury. How many freaking sprained ankles do we have in Detroit right now? Sweet Jesus. But that is a whole topic for another day. In about 9 days' time, we are going to be seeing the start of the next NBA season, and with it, a lot of great things to be looking forward to this season. What are some of your storylines that you're looking forward to this year? I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. With that is going to do it for today. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time from Half Court. Be sure to subscribe.